Aloha, my friends. This is Billy Wiggly coming at you live from the 9th Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. And you got to check this out. Look at this right here. And you've probably wanted to do this at some point, or the technique that I used to do this, you've probably wanted to know how to use that technique. And now I'm talking about Visual Basic for applications. Now take a close look at what we've got right here. First quarter sales. So we've got our worksheet names: sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. And it would make more sense, wouldn't it, if the first quarter sheet was named Q1? That would be nice, because sometimes we use the names of worksheets in cell references in our formulas, and also for make it for easier navigation of our workbook. So now what we have set up for ourselves is whatever I type into cell A1 is going to determine the name of the worksheet in that sheet. So watch this. I'm going to type Q1. Let's move this right over here closer to me. I'm going to put in the Q1. Let's have a drum roll, my friends, before I press enter, and check it out. Boom, there it is. Nice. You see that? Isn't that cool? Now let's go to sheet 2. This happens to be the second quarter. You know what? Let's go to sheet 4, all the way over here. And this is the fourth quarter. And we want to name this what? Q4. That's right. So I type in Q4 into cell A1, and we're going to look right over here, my friends. To the drum roll. There you have it right there. Q4. Isn't that nice? And you know how we always hear angels whenever we do things good in Excel. So get ready, my friends. I'm about to show you exactly how to do that using VBA. And you're saying to yourself, VBA? Yeah, VBA. I understand, and you're going to love this. Check it out. All right, here we are. So you've probably noticed already got some the DGM Swag, because you know I never wear a hat. So what we got going on today is the brand new first ever DGM Swag. And you may be saying to yourself, some of you might not know, what's DGM? I thought the name of your company was Don't Get Mad, Get Skills. Yeah, Don't Get Mad, Get Skills is our main logo, and the submark is DGM. So we don't like to say DGM GS, so we just say DGM. Boom, just like that. So stay tuned, my friends. Keep on watching these live streams, and I'm gonna let you know how you can get yourself some really cool Don't Get Mad, Get Skills swag. And it's not for sale. You got to do something special in order to receive it. Now, there's some of you out there that have been, well, you must be really happy, because you already told me you've got some DGM swag. You got the DGM hats and all the different colors and all different styles. And I'm glad you got it, because they come jam-packed with Aloha. And I know some of y'all really could use some of that Aloha. So make sure that you take all the Aloha that I'm sending you and use it responsibly. Well, we're going to go right in here, and I'm going to show you how we had Excel do this. So we'll go back into sheet 2, for example. Pay close attention. I'm going to zoom in one more time. And in sheet 2, in cell A1, this is the second quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Q2. And then when we press Q2, press enter. So whatever is in cell A1 is going to go right into naming our worksheet. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty handy feature. And now we can go ahead and press Alt F11 so I can show you the code behind this. And that shortcut is Alt plus F11. And what that does is it launches your Visual Basic editor. The Visual Basic editor, VBA editor, is located right within our ribbon, right up here. It's one of the tabs. Now, by default, it's disabled, so you're not going to see it up here. So we must enable it if you don't have it already enabled, because the developer tab gives you access to a few handy features. Because what if you didn't know Alt F11 so that you could access the Visual Basic editor? Take a quick peek at this code. Look at that. There's the name of it. And then whatever you put in cell A1 gives this makes it the sheet name. Isn't that cool? And you're saying, Billy, I don't want to learn VBA. No, I don't either. But we just need to know what to do with the code. And that's easy. And generating the code, well, that's easy too. So that code right there, you've probably wondered, hey, I really want to, so at some point you've wanted to learn VBA and then you started learning it and then you realized, oh, okay, wait, I'm kind of busy right now. I don't have time for this. Or you got far enough to knowing that Alt F11 opens up your Visual Basic Editor and you know that you can copy and paste code. And you probably know that there's websites where you can go find macro code, but you also know that it's dangerous to just be getting code from anywhere and pasting it right into your Excel workbooks. This is code, VBA. By the way, writing formulas in Excel is your entryway into writing code, because when you write a formula, that's code. Now let's go and right click on our ribbon. Anywhere on the ribbon, right click. See, I right clicked outside the ribbon. I'm going to right click in the ribbon and I'm going to go to customize. When you go to customize, it's going to launch your Excel options and it opens up at the customize ribbon. So what we're going to want to do is slide on over to customize the ribbon, the main tabs right over here. And you'll notice that when we scroll down, the developer tab right there is disabled by default. So we're going to go ahead and select it to enable it. And I invite you, spend some time right in here. There's all kinds of handy little features, hidden features, secret features like that camera tool. It's in here. And you're probably wondering, what's the camera tool, Billy? Well, those of you who've been learning Excel from Mr. Aloha for a while, you know the camera tool. Ask somebody or put it in the comments and then I'll show you, or just go to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, or LinkedIn, go to my YouTube channel and then in the search bar, type in camera tool and you'll find out how to use it. It's this camera tool right here, but we're not going there. In the developer tab, now we'll notice that we have it enabled. You'll see that we have our code group and our add-ins group. Add-ins is, for example, like your App Store, your iOS or Apple Store and the Google Play Store and the like. You used to have to come back to the add-ins group in the developer tab to add in, or you used to have to go to, nowadays, you can just go to the home tab. And I noticed that in the home tab, they've added an add-ins group right here. So you don't no longer have to enable the developer tab. You can just go right here. And here's a couple of add-ins that I like. Excel Labs from Microsoft. And my favorite Excel add-in is the Excel Formula Bot. That is a great tool. I'll give you a quick peek into it. And when you look in the YouTube description or wherever you're at watching this, in the description, there should be a link to get yourself a good discount on the Formula Bot. So the secret to learning how to write this code is using ChatGPT, right? So why not use ChatGPT? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the link to this chat. The way that we share links in ChatGPT, and I generated this using ChatGPT 3.5. And it's the greatest, best, most awesome way to write VBA. For years, I always really wanted to write VBA, but I never really invested the time into learning. I know that it's not that difficult. I'd always just borrow code or just struggle through a couple lines of code. But mainly I borrowed code, went to websites and copied code, or I'd open up templates that have a macro in it, and I'd go, I like that macro. Let me go in there and copy that code and paste it. So I knew how to do all that, basic Excel. Now, when I wanted to generate the code for this, I'm going to walk you right through the process. But when you're in ChatGPT, you've got what's called the chat header right up there. And then in this corner right up here, you've got the shared links icon. And any one of your shared chats icon, shared chat. There you go. Hover over it and it tells you. So when you click on it and it says, hey, you want to share this chat, and you can share this chat right here. And right here, these little 3 buttons, you can click on it and say, hey, I can delete this link, or you can share it anonymously, or you can just share it with your name. I'm sharing it with my name. when you want to learn a little bit more about what happens with these shared links and how to use them, just click on more info and it's going to take you to the OpenAI section of their website where they do it. So I can just copy this link right here, copy this link, and I can put it in the chat right now. Like I'm going to go right ahead and Control V, put it into the chat. Boom. And there you go. Oh, let me see. Maybe I can post it right into those of you that are on LinkedIn watching it. So there you go. Now you have access to this chat right here. And whenever you go to this chat, let me go press Control Shift N to open up in private browsing, Control V to put in the chat. And this is what you're going to see. Excel VBA worksheet renaming. This is how I did it. This is the process that I went through to generate the code where whatever I put into cell A1 is going to be what is going to be the name of the worksheet on that sheet. So the very first thing that I did is we started out with our prompt, right? And the prompt, that's the instructions. Language is code. Those of you that attended my AI, Intro to AI, Future Proof Your Career, Language is Code workshop, understand what I'm saying. We're amplifying our intelligence. Those of you who've been learning Excel basics and learning introduction to artificial intelligence know that we don't call it artificial intelligence and don't get mad, get skills. We call it amplification of intelligence because that's what's happening here. I felt so smart when I typed in this prompt. Write me a simple VBA script for Excel so that I can enter text in cell A1 and change the name of the worksheet to whatever text is in cell A1. Now, the prompt is the key, right? And that determines the outcome. The prompt determines the outcome. Now, ChatGPT said, hey, yeah, we got it. And then here it is right there. So you can easily just copy the code right there. Click, and then just go back to the Visual Basic Editor, right? So I could just copy the code and then go back to Excel. And what's that shortcut? Whoops. Alt F11, you got it. Alt F11 opened up the Visual Basic Editor. Now, then I just pasted. But let me go ahead and paste this code right here. Let me go right over here. Paste that code right here. So you notice this code is a little bit different. If you look closely, it says active sheet name. This is just a little bit different. And that's an issue. And you're thinking to yourself, but hey, wait, I don't know enough VBA to know that that's an issue. Well, ChatGPT does. So now we go back to our ChatGPT conversation. And then here, after it generated the code, it went ahead and further explained to us what to do with the script, to use this script. Nice, thank you. And it went by step process. And this is the part that's really important you got to pay attention to. It's telling us that know that this script will only work for the worksheet you apply it to. If I wanted to use this script in all of the worksheets, I'd have to copy the code and put it into every worksheet. Like sheet 1, put it in there. Sheet 2, put it in there, paste it in there. No, that's not what I wanted. So we got to give it another instruction. Make it so it works in every worksheet. So remember, I could have done this in the very beginning if I really thought about it. Hey, make it so that it works in every workbook. I could have added to initial prompt, but no big deal. We're writing code. We're just building it as it goes. So then we see the next one, and it tells us that sure, here's the updated VBA script, and we're getting closer, and we got to see what it tells us here. This script will only work if macros are enabled in the workbook. Check. That's good to know. Macros, no macro will work unless macros are enabled in your workbook. It's a security feature. If macros are disabled, the script won't run. We know that. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's giving us warnings. And it says here, be careful when using the script, as updating all worksheets at once can be slow. All right, so it's made this script that updates all the worksheets at once. So if I was in cell A1 and I put in Q1, it's going to name all the worksheets Q1, and then we're going to have problems because it doesn't allow duplicate names. So now I go right in here and I'll say, make it so it only names a worksheet where you entered text into A1, into cell A1. And then they tell us no problem. And here we have, here's the script. And it looks like I had to keep working on it. You got this chat. You got this chat now. You got to just click on the link, get the chat. You can copy the code too, remember? Right there. Copy the code. And I said, make it work on every worksheet individually. There's the new code. And then it regenerated code for me, made this code. And then it gave me some instructions on what to do. And then we ended up with this code. This is the code right here that we ended up with. And it reminded me once again that, you know, it's only going to work if macros are enabled. So we'll go back to our workbook. What's that shortcut? Alt F11, you got it. And then let's paste this new code right in here. And we see that there it is. It's the code. And then what I did is I went ahead and put in an apostrophe. And I typed in the name of the macro so that I could remember. That's a good idea to do, right? So you just go, you put in an apostrophe and then name the macro and what it does. And you'll see that it's in green. That way you know what you got going on over here. So there you have it, my friends. That's how I do VBA nowadays. And VBA is great. You can just go right ahead and use ChatGPT, and the version of ChatGPT that I'm using, that I use for this, is 3.5. However, I use ChatGPT Plus because it's got a few other features that I enjoy. GPT-4 is trained. It's a larger language model. When you're using ChatGPT 3.5, you ask it a question really fast. It's only doing 175 billion calculations. And now ChatGPT 4 is a little slower because I think it's going to take, it does 100 trillion calculations before it gives you an answer. All right, so we got our worksheet. Boom. And I use ChatGPT 4 because I've got Code Interpreter available, and I can also access plugins. And Code Interpreter, well, you just got to check out the Languages Code Workshop. But go right ahead and click on the chat link that I put in there, and you'll have access to that chat and explore it and continue on your own. When you continue on your own, that chat continues on in your account. And there you have it. And even if it was made in ChatGPT 4, which it wasn't, but if it was made in ChatGPT 4 and you click on the link, you don't have ChatGPT 4, you still can open it. And when you continue working on it, it's just going to use the 3.5 model. Final thing I want to show you right here is the Excel formula bot, because a couple of you already put it in the chat to show you the Excel formula bot. So I'm going to really quickly over here. What's up? Hey, what's up over there on YouTube? What's up? Nice. Okay. So let's go right over here. And the Excel formula bot, the way that you can get it is you could just go to, let's find the Excel formula bot. There's that chat that I shared with you. Remember, you can just go right ahead and continue this conversation in your own ChatGPT account. So minimize this. Let's bring on over the Excel formula bot. And the Excel formula bot, you just go and get yourself, go to formulabot.com and open up your free account. I believe you get 5 free iterations every month. And then when you have a paid account, you get 10,000. So you go ahead and you get yourself your account, you log right in. That's my password. Feel free to use it. And here you have it. You know, right here you can generate scripts as well in the Excel formula bot. There's so many features. I got to do a whole nother live stream just on the Excel formula bot, but I'm showing you that you go to the Excel formula bot and you can just download the add-in right here. And then you have the add-in in Excel, like I do right here. And I'm just going to instead of having it generate a formula, I'm just going to have it explain the formula for us. And we got it, you can see it right here. All right, you know what, let me move it over to the side over here. Move it over a little bit more where you can see it. See it right there? Nice. All right, so let's go ahead and input our formula and have the formula bot explain it to us. This right here, the sum of B3 through D3. And, we know that's a pretty simple formula, but just a quick demo. I was mainly excited about showing you how you can use ChatGPT to write VBA code, and it gives you instructions. Now, the Excel formula bot, I love this tool. As you can tell, this are the two add-ins. This is a new feature that is now made permanent in Excel on the home ribbon. It used to only be available in the developer tab. But I've now used Excel Labs from Microsoft and Formula Bot. Those are the two add-ins that I like to use. So now let's go ahead. We put in this formula. Any formula you put in there, you can just, once you enter it, click submit, and it's processing it for us. And there you have it. Ta-da! That's another way to learn. Hey, what does this formula do? I don't understand it. Well, open up the formula bot, paste it in there. Now, you got to start getting used to all this because we're evolving into Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. And if you haven't heard of Microsoft Copilot, I encourage you, look right here first. This function, let's go and zoom in a little bit, is used in Microsoft Excel to calculate the sum of the values in cell B3, C3, and D3. Nice. In this specific example, the function is applied to a single row of cells, B3, C3, and D3. But it can be used with any range of cells in any row or column. And it goes ahead and explains the sum function for us. Nice. Pretty cool. I like that. Good job, Formula Bot. It's a pretty great tool, and I know the person that built this tool, and it's Excel AI. It's specifically made for Excel. Go give it a try. Click on the link in the description and get yourself a discount when you purchase it. Yeah, use my affiliate link. That's right. Habit number 4 of highly effective people. Think win-win. Now, let's roll on to, what is the final thing I want to, oh yeah, here we go. Go to, excuse me for doing that, pop like that. But I've got here, getskills.tv, my friends, getskills.tv. Come on right over here, and we've got this whole bundle that you got some testimonials for some customers, and you've got this bundle. I'm adding all my courses to this bundle, $75. And I just keep adding courses. Right now, you got my top courses right in here. Over 60,000 students now. More than 60,000. And stay tuned, because I'm going to let y'all know some point this week how you can get yourself some DGM Swag. Boom. You can also go to don'tgetmadgetskills.com, my friends. Don'tgetmadgetskills.com. Here you're going to see the languages code. This is the first languages code. We just had a registration. It's open. I have to update this site. You can check out languages code, or you may also end up landing in this page right here where you can have another view at the $75 bundle. Get yourself some more details on it. Click on any one of these. That way you can see what these courses are all about. We got them in videos, there's live classes, there's workshops, all kinds for $75. And I'm putting in more courses. There's another course in the works that's gonna go right here, right behind me, right here. And that's an intro to AI course. Then I've got the Excel Advanced Array Formulas and Functions course coming out. Then I've got macros course coming out. And then I've got also the Excel Table Basics for Data Analysis. You got to know all about tables. If you're not using tables, Boo. Everything should be in tables. All right. So there you have it, my friends. Like I always say, I want you to keep on learning. Get yourself some skills. Remember, my friends, I love you. And most of all, I want you to keep on learning. Don't get mad. Get yourself some skills.